It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is presented by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automoca, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. Now let's go live for all the action of tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wildcat Stadium. Along with Matt Wise and I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel as we get ready for Big Nine soccer, and it doesn't get any bigger than this here, Matt. Let's make it simple. If either team wins here today in regulation, they are the league champs. They're the number one seed heading into the district tournament next Wednesday and would host the district championship. If there's anything other than that, it gets too confusing.
I can't figure it out. It's the most confusing format I've seen anywhere, and it is what it is. You got to win, and it should make for lots of excitement today.
Well, the two teams met earlier this season between Eastmont and Moses Lake. Eastmont coming out on top on the road 3-2. The Wildcats have had kind of that up and down season, but they still find themselves in a good position to win the league championship here today and then host on Wednesday. What do you expect here today, Matt?
I think Eastmont's going to bring it. They have some confidence. They're actually, other than that little hiccup against Wenatchee a couple games back, they've kind of been on a tear.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything less happening today. It's a beautiful day for soccer.
Yeah, it is a gorgeous day for soccer here at Wildcat Stadium. It is the league championship being settled here today between Eastmont and Moses Lake. We're going to take a break and come back. When we do, we'll try to visit with the head coach for the Eastmont Wildcats and get his thoughts on this one as we continue here at Eastmont's Wildcat Stadium for the Chiefs and the Wildcats right after this.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly, sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Hi there. It's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Pre-game show continues here on the NCW Life Channel as we get ready for soccer here today between Eastmont and Moses Lake. Vidal Hurtado joining us here on the pregame. Well, you met these guys earlier this season. You win at 3-2 on the road. What can you take from that game into this one here today?
Moses Lake has a good offense, so we got to make sure that we are defensively strong. We also want to make sure that we finish the opportunities that we have. I think we made that game overcomplicated for ourselves, so we're looking for clear opportunities and then making sure that we put them away. But they're a tough opponent. They're up there with Wenatchee and us, so I think it's going to be a great match.
Senior day today, that's a special day in and of itself, but you also put yourself in a position, you win today, you win the league championship.
Absolutely, and you can't get it much better than that. You know, we're celebrating our seniors in a big game. This would be their first time, winning this game would be their first time ever earning a league championship, so they know that and they're motivated. Emotions are high too because, you know, they're celebrating their seniors and it can get a little bit emotional, but I think they're in the right state of mind to perform well tonight.
Well, the X and O guy is over here, so I'll let him ask you about the specifics of the game itself.
Well, so you've been on kind of a tear recently. I mean, other than a small little hiccup against Wenatchee, you've been performing really well. I had a few shutouts in there. What do you attribute this success this year to?
They're engaged. I think they when change happens, hopefully, usually they listen, they follow direction. They've just been engaged all season, day in, day out. And I think that's what it comes down to. They were focused. They were energetic or energized all season long. And that just helps. And then you put along those wins, and it just builds on itself over time. So with those games that we lost, we were, one of them we didn't perform very well. The other one we just couldn't finish. So it's just they've been in. They've been all in all season. That's what it is.
We've talked several times off camera, and you say, and I'll ask you, so we've been working on this week, and usually it's, continuation of what we started is the progression of my plan. So can you just give a quick X and O's what the plan is from start to finish for the girls for the season?
Yeah, the plan is to grow, be a team that possesses the ball and moves it with direction, with purpose. The growth there has happened. I've seen it over the games. We continue to talk about being composed, especially in the first 15 minutes of a game. So just believing in their ability to play the sport too. That was a lot of our talk. So tactically, just keep the same formation. I didn't tweak it a whole lot, so they get used to seeing each other, seeing the same person right next to them. So I want to be known, or our program be known for a team that has clear possession and ideas on the field.
Good stuff. Well, and injury prevention, you've been a pretty healthy team this year. I imagine some of that goes along with the senior leadership and showing them how to properly prepare for that. Any other things that you've implemented in the program with regards to health?
Yeah, it's mindful conditioning. Everything that we do, we replicate the game in isolated drills. So we don't do long runs or anything like that. It's all about explosiveness, speed, and agility. And so early in the season, that was my main focus, was to get him a game ready. And so just being intentional about the way that we condition. We also incorporated weight training, and that helps. Especially the girls with the knees. I know that they can get knee injuries quite often in this sport. So that was a focus of ours to strengthen our muscles in the weight room. So being super intentional about what we do at practice. I never showed up without an idea of what we needed to do.
Yeah, good stuff, Coach.
Well, Coach, keep everybody healthy today. Have some fun, and good luck on getting this taken care of and not having to worry about that whole point system.
Absolutely, I agree. Thank you.
All right, there we go with our pregame show. We'll come back and get you the starting lineups and get you ready for kickoff here on a gorgeous afternoon for soccer. It's Eastmont and Moses Lake coming up next on the NCW Life Channel.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Joining us in the booth, I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll talk to Neil coming up in just a moment. First of all, let's take a look at our starting lineups here, brought to you by TC Slingers. If it's rock, bark, sand, or soil, there's no need for wheelbarrows, shovels, or rakes. They'll place the material for you. Let's take a look at the lineups here. First for the Moses Lake Chiefs, coming in with a record of 8-3 in the Big Nine. They're 8-6-1 overall, as announced by their head coach Liz Bigger. She's assisted by Richie Ramirez, Jorge Toro, Kelsey Eddy, and Alicia Overland. The starters include Cadence Martinez. She is a sophomore, listed as a midfielder. She wears number 1. Natalie Bunch is a sophomore as well, a forward who wears number 2. Number 3 is Shaylee Miacolo. Also a sophomore, so a young lineup here for Coach Bigger. She's listed as a midfielder. Also on the starting lineup here for the Chiefs this afternoon in this battle for first place and the league championship, it's a junior Olivia Waits. She's a midfielder. She wears number 5. Number 6 is Kate Mounts. She is a junior and a defender. Risa Nishida is a freshman. She gets the start today, wears number 9. She's a midfielder. Also, Sage Roylance, a captain getting the start here, wears number 11. She's a junior and a defender. Also, the starters include Jolie Green, a freshman defender, wears number 15. Number 17 is Jasmine Gonzalez. She's listed as a defender and a sophomore. And number 20, Anna Rebelia. She's a freshman and a midfielder. Meanwhile, in goal for the Moses Lake Chiefs here today, the freshman getting the start, number 0, Julia Lundberg. That's the starters for Moses Lake. Meanwhile, for the Eastmont Wildcats, as announced by their head coach Vidal Hurtado, and he's assisted by Letitia Fisher and Matthew Kimmel. The starters include the captain, number 3, Kiana Carson, a senior midfielder. Ellie Little wears number 5. She's a junior and a defender. Number 7 is Alexa Heimbigner, a senior at midfield. Megan Chandler, who's been a scoring machine this year for Eastmont, wears number 10. She's a junior and a forward. Number 12 is Kendall Flanagan, a freshman forward. Number 13, Jaden Brown, a junior forward. Annalise Bauman is a defender. She's a sophomore, wears number 14. A couple of the captains that are starting here today for Eastmont. Number 17, Tess Sparks, a senior defender. Riley Fisher at midfield. She's a junior, wears number 21. Number 22 is Maria Mendoza. She's a defender and a senior and a captain. And in goal, she has certainly worn her stripes all season long, and both in club play and in varsity play for the Eastmont Wildcats. She is a junior. Cora Fry wears number 0. Let's bring in Matt Wisen, and let's also bring in our special guest in the booth here, Neil Oyston. Talk about X's and O's here, guys. What do you expect?
Well, Eastmont this year, kind of what Coach Hurtado was talking about, working on possession. I've seen some improvement in their game. Possession out of the back moving forward, I think, is really critical for Eastmont's success today. Those turnovers, when they're trying to build, can really kill an attack. Neil, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think, it's all about adopting a style of play, kind of adopting a philosophy that your players buy into. And then over the course of a long season, it's about how the players can manage that and then get the best out of that moving forward. What I'm really intrigued to see today is how Coach Vidal kind of manages the game. Obviously, this is going to be to deciding the home fixture for next week. So I'm really intrigued to see what players he plays and what kind of strategy, especially in the first half, he plays. Does he go out all attack? Does he try and press high Moses Lake to make sure he get a couple of goals at the beginning? To make sure that they can ensure that home tie next week. That's I think a super advantage is getting that home time. So I'm really interested to see how Coach Vidal approaches this game today.
You've got an experienced front for Eastmont, and you got a freshman in goal for Moses Lake. I imagine that if I'm the coach for Eastmont, I would try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, lots of shots. Watching Moses Lake's goalkeepers in warm-ups, they're not looking too confident, giving up some rebounds there on the shots, and I think Eastmont really needs to clean that up in front of the net, and they've got the staff to take care of that. Megan and Jaden are really cleaning house, or taking care of business in front of the net this year.
And you touched upon it. I think having Megan and Jaden up top, both different strengths, and they work with each other so well. You've got Jaden, who likes to run in behind. She plays on the last line of the defense. She'll play in the shoulder of the backs. Megan, a little different. She'll combine. She'll look to drop into the space. She'll look to get the ball to feet. So really, really good partnership there, and I'm sure Coach Vidal has had a pleasure working with them both. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how they play today.
Also, it's senior day. This is the last regular season home game. Could be, depending on what happens here today, could be the last home game for these seniors. It seems more so, and as I go through high school sports and deal with the girls' sports and the boys' sports, I don't know, it seems that the girls have this bigger bond, especially when it's this camaraderie between their fellow teammates. And I know that for Cora Fry and all the other underclassmen, they really want to send their seniors out on a winning note here today and win that Big Nine title.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line, and seniors understand that. And like you said, the bond between these girls, it's something special. A lot of people notice that, and I've definitely seen it improve this year over previous years. It hasn't been horrible, but it's definitely improved. And 6-7 seniors really is pretty good strength for the team.
It has to be a credit to Coach Vidal for creating that cohesiveness and that bond between the players, and of course it helps having a successful season. And this won't want to be the last game. They want to go all the way, and what better way for the seniors to go out in a more successful season. But like you said, there's probably nothing better than playing for your local high school. Your parents here to watch, your friends are here to watch, you get to play with your friends. There's no better stage to do that.
And also for Eastmont, you got to have a tip of the cap to Erin Riddall, who helped develop this program out of the last several years. She stepped aside to do the mom thing, and God bless her. And from all indications, she's loving that and their new baby boy. And I thought it was great for Coach Vidal to step in here and kind of pick up the reins where she left off.
Yeah, it's never easy to come into a program that has kind of been established, and you might have some little different philosophies. To take a team in 1 year and try and implement your signature on is really not a small task. And definitely, Coach, props to Erin for all her years of work here. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right. I think she created something that Coach Vidal could just step into and carry that on moving forward. It might take a little bit of time for a different philosophy, like you said, Matt. But I think in Wenatchee we're blessed to have these types of coaches and interested parties willing to coach here. And something about Coach Vidal, he's played at a high level. He understands the game, and it looks like the girls are responding to him well.
Let's talk about this scenario here. If it's not a clean win by one side or the other here today, it's an interesting point format that they have worked out for the Big Nine. They've been using this here for the last few years. A win is worth 3 points. A shootout win is worth 2 points. Shootout loss is worth a point. And then you get a point per goal up to 3 points. So the maximum you can earn in a win is 6 points. Right now, coming into today, Wenatchee has 51 points, Eastmont 50 points, and Moses Lake 48 points. Now, if, as we said, either team wins in regulation here today, that's it. They're the champions. Of course, that would put Eastmont at 10-2 on the season in Big Nine play. They would have a win above everybody else. Now, if Moses Lake can pick up the victory today, that would force what would seem a three-way tie. That would improve Moses Lake to 8-3. Wenatchee Moses Lake would be 9-3. Wenatchee 9-3. Eastmont 9-3. So you go to this whole point scenario, and then it depends on if it's a scoreless shootout win for Moses Lake. That would still put Eastmont in a position where they get 1 point here. They'd have more points than Moses Lake, and they'd still get the number one seed. Now, if that occurs, then they would all three share the Big Nine regular season title. And then it's all about that seeding for next week and for the district championship on Wednesday. So the cleanest way we can do this is get it done in regulation, one side or the other.
Sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Look, my message, if I'm Coach Vidal, is like I said, get the job done today. Get the job done today. Don't take the gas off the pedal. Make sure you start well. Make sure you get a couple of goals on the scoreboard. Be positive. Take the initiative to Moses Lake, because if you can get that home tie, then you're setting yourself up for the rest of the playoffs.
Well, Eastmont comes in on a 2-game winning streak. They knocked off Sunnyside here a little over a week ago, 6-0, and they shut out Davis here last week, 3-0, and looking to extend that win streak to 3 here today. Meanwhile, Moses Lake comes in after a 3-2 loss to Davis, and the Chiefs had been, prior to that, playing very well, had won 4 straight heading into that 3-2 loss against Davis here that happened just earlier this week. So it comes down to today. That is it, and it is senior day here at Wildcat Stadium for the Eastmont Wildcats. Let's recognize those seniors: Dianera Martinez, Savannah Raspberry, Kiana Carson, Rebecca Covarrubias, also Alexa Heimbigner, and Tess Sparks, along with Maria Mendoza. Those are the seniors who were celebrated in a ceremony prior to our activities here at Wildcat Stadium. We'll take a break and get you ready for kickoff as the starting lineups are being announced here in front of a great crowd on a gorgeous afternoon. Appreciate you joining us here for Big Nine Soccer, the league championship to be settled one way or another today. We'll have it for you and kickoff when we return.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
My awesome is being able to share my passion for yoga. I found yoga in my mid-40s to help me kind of de-stress and calm down, and it actually changed my life. Washington Trust believed in me. I felt like, okay, they got my back. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go for it. It actually makes you feel like more brave. I do have a lot of awesome in my life.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
My awesome is being part of the Nez Perce tribe. We have a tourism company and we highlight the history and culture of the Nez Perce people. I found Washington Trust Bank because they were very involved in the community. They believed in me. They definitely saw the need for this in our region. All the folks at Washington Trust Bank are phenomenal. They've done such a wonderful job helping me along my journey.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
The anthem is done, and we have a sun-splashed afternoon here at Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee, Washington, for this matchup of two of the top teams in the Big Nine. And boy, you couldn't ask for more than that, to have it come right down to the end of the season. Wenatchee, Eastmont, Moses Lake, all in the upper echelons of the standings for the Big Nine. But this one will determine, if it's done in regulation, our Big Nine regular season championship. Our broadcast today brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Also by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems, online at dicksheatingwenatchee.com. And by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility facility with highly trained technicians celebrating over 25 years in the car care business. They speak your car's language at 1840 North Wenatchee Avenue. Eastmont with the home Columbia blue uniforms trimmed in white and a little bit of red in there. Meanwhile, Moses Lake with the traveling whites. They've got the black numbers, and not too bad to be able to see these with my aging announcer eyes, Matt.
Yeah, some of these numbers have been really difficult to pick up this year.
Well, the Wenatchee, I swear they have black on black.
That one's really brutal.
Out to kick it off here for the Chiefs will be Risa Nishida, that is, as the Chiefs will move from left to right as you see it here on your screen on the NCW Life Channel, your home for local sports. Eastmont quickly dumps it in down inside the box, but coming up, and Julia Lundberg will take care of that one, the freshman. It'll be interesting to see how Eastmont attacks this, especially with that freshman in goal here today for Moses Lake. Ball again enters the box. Eastmont's Jaden Brown watches that one get scooped up by Lundberg. They will bring it out past midfield. That's where Eastmont will intercept it and work it on the near sideline. As dancing with it on her feet is Kendall Flanagan. Taken away by Moses Lake. A little chip ahead towards the hash marks here on a field, Matt, that I don't think I've ever seen Eastmont's field look this good in many years of covering sports here.
Yeah, especially this late. It's very, they've done a good job, especially with football playing on it last night. If they could only have gotten rid of the white numbers for this game, it'd be perfect.
Well, there wasn't enough grass to mow there to get rid of those. So
it's a tight field and playing a lot like artificial pitch.
Yeah, and that's you want that, especially as you get ready for the postseason, because that's what you'll be playing on, unless Eastmont gets home field advantage for the district championship coming up next Wednesday. Throw in here for Moses Lake will be taken care of by Jasmine Gonzalez. Eastmont right there to press the issue. Handball against Moses Lake. That ball came up, and Jolie Green didn't try to do that, but the ball came up, caromed off of her elbow. So it is a free kick here for Eastmont. Tess Sparks will take care of it. And a first real opportunity for Eastmont here in the game. Sparks with the kick, and it got loose. And I think Sunshine may have played a factor there.
Yeah, Sunshine definitely. And that's just that lack of confidence that we've seen a little bit so far in warm-ups with the goalkeepers. Good job by Eastmont by just getting numbers in front and waiting for that ball to get spilled out.
Should have been a routine catch by the goalkeeper, but like you touched upon, if they can get early at her, then it's going to cause her a few problems today.
Well, and just the pressure of a freshman in goal, let alone her experience, but also with the district championship on the line here. League championship, I should say. Eastmont backs it up past midfield as they'll work it back. Tess Sparks again goes center to it. She'll pick it back up after it was loose for a moment. Then a feed ahead along the far sideline. Chasing after it is the ponytailed one for Eastmont, whose ponytail is covering her number. Be a throw in for Moses Lake along the far sideline. Decent crowd on hand here today for this gorgeous afternoon for soccer. And who would have thought the 2nd of November we'd have weather like this?
Oh, man, especially after this last week has been cold. I'm still de-thawing from Cashmere's game.
Yeah, that is no kidding. Kendall Flanagan in the corner with a cross. Ball loose again in the crease. Did we get a whistle? We did.
Just over the line.
Okay, it went over the end line there, so it'll be a goal kick.
That's 2 or 3 times in the first 5 minutes that Eastmont have tried to get down that left-hand side. I think they're going to have a lot of success down there with Kendall Flanagan and Megan there combining well.
Jolie Green will boot it out. Olivia Watts had it, but lost it. Eastmont picks it up, backs it out to Heimbigner. She'll give it up to Flanagan. Flanagan again down to Megan Chandler. And I don't know the total goals for Megan Chandler this year, but between she and Brown, they've certainly done a lot.
Yeah, it's approaching 300 or 400, I believe. Megan's on a tear.
400.
And it's not just her goals as well. I think it's just her work rate. If you watch her running in behind, and and she's always showing for the ball. She always wants the ball to feed. She's always looking to create something. So I'm just really been impressed with her work rate. And of course, everyone looks at the goals. But, yeah, just a phenomenal player for Eastmont.
First corner kick of the game will come here down in the left corner by Megan Chandler. We assume here anyway. Nope, she'll just bring it out to Jaden Brown. Brown will bring it across. Ball loose, little chip there in front. Nice idea. But Lundberg up to the challenge on that one. Ball out on the punt near middle field and goes off of Tess Sparks' foot out of bounds. So a throw in for the Chiefs as we are in the 5th minute of this scoreless matchup here at Wildcat Stadium between the Eastmont Wildcats and the Moses Lake Chiefs. Third time we've had these two schools play a contest of sports this week. Earlier, it was Moses Lake's volleyball team sweeping Eastmont in 3 games. Last night, it was the Eastmont football team that took care of business at home against Moses Lake, 66-21 the final here.
I think they just scored again, actually.
Did you get a little ring on your phone telling another score alert?
Yeah, man, they might think about adding an extra digit to that scoreboard for some of these games.
Good battle along the far sideline there for Eastmont. Good job of ball control. And Moses Lake, I think they were trying to clear it out of bounds, but no, it'll be an awkward bounce off of a couple of bodies that collide on the far side over there. Good job defending here by Natalie Bunch. Bunch will come up the near sideline with it. Got a little shove, keeps the ball alive, and now it ricochets in her favor. This will be interesting. And this is cleared out. Nice job getting back defensively by Ellie Little to get that out, but an opportunity for Moses Lake on the charge.
Yeah, really need to watch your cover player on that one, and Ellie did a great job of getting back and coverage on that D. If you step out and try and stab at that tackle, we just saw Moses Lake. She can keep on playing through those.
Mia Colo with the throw in for Moses Lake. Eastmont there for the ball as it comes out near midfield, and maybe here's a counter move by the Wildcats as Jaden Brown had it. She tried to feed it ahead to Chandler, but clear out high in the box comes Lundberg. Chandler again chips it in, looking for Brown on the opposite side. Eastmont still on the attack here as they'll bring it back to Tess Sparks out near midfield. Back it away from the defense, get a little air out there. And the ball will be cleared out of bounds by Moses Lake as Anna Rebelia comes over and knocks it out of bounds. She's trying to fend over there on the pass in. Near midfield, Eastmont with a quick pass. A lot of passes here, man. You guys like to see that early on?
Yeah, good movement, and those quick passes are opening up because the off-the-ball movement's happening.
Throw in here by Heimbigner. Well. To Sparks. Heimbigner again to Sparks. Tried a little quick touch pass. Now the ball comes back to her. Good control by Sparks. This one's intercepted by Moses Lake as Waits stepped in the middle. Again, a kick ahead for the attack by Flanagan. It goes out of bounds. Moses Lake not really organized in what they're doing. They're just on a defensive mode, it seems, right now.
Yeah, just trying to withstand the pressure that Eastmont's bringing. They've had a couple decent touches in the middle of the field and then that one opportunity, and that's kind of all they've shown us so far.
Yeah, I think they're going to be looking to play in the counter. I think they're obviously going to try and get the ball forward as quickly as they possibly can. And then it's just about Eastmont making sure that they're quick on transition and stopping that early ball through.
Throw in here will come in and glance off of a Wildcat. As Eastmont, little whiff there by Fisher. And now a feed ahead, look out, Natalie Bunch, and they're going to say offsides.
Yeah, I think it's the right call. That's what I was talking about. I think Moses Lake, that's what they're going to do all day. They're going to sit back, they're going to win the ball, and then they're going to get that ball forward and keep Eastmont, pinned back there.
So it'll be free kick for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Eastmont's just got to make sure. I mean, they're isolating. I mean, you need numbers up, I guess, on defense. And if it's one-on-one back and Moses Lake's going to be playing that ball through, send a second defender back there so you got a coverage over the top and to feet.
Eastmont's going to dump it back here as they tried to bring it out, but bunch right there again for Moses Lake. And this is going to be a throw in for the Chiefs as Shaylee Miakolo will take care of the honors. Along the near sideline, throw in is headed. Keeps the ball alive for the Chiefs. Waits off of her right foot. Ball centered, but Eastmont with lots of bodies creating traffic out there. Rebelia tried on the attack there for the Chiefs. And now a little foot movement, and that ball taken away by Eastmont momentarily, but the Chiefs get it right back here as Martinez had it. Good job of defending her by Riley Fisher. Ball dumped in again, headed a couple of times. Nishida in there for Moses Lake. Got ahead. It goes off of Eastmont out of bounds. 11th minute of this first half, scoreless here at Wildcat Stadium. The only game going on in the Big Nine here today, and this is the most important one to determine the regular season champion. When it's all said and done, there could be a three-way tie and a three-way share of the regular season title between these two teams and Wenatchee. A try of a clear there by Bauman, but Moses Lake again finds the ball at a foot of a Chief. Here is a cross, a race by Miakolo, and she won't be able to control it before it goes out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in here by Eastmont. Along with Matt Wisen and Neil Oyston, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel as we bring you this last of the regular season contest between these two teams here today at Wildcat Stadium. Temperatures in the 50s today. As Matt mentioned, it was frigid earlier this week. Nice to get temperatures kind of back near normal.
Yeah, I just want to go find a sunny spot in front of a window and lay down. This is pretty nice.
I was enjoying those gloves you were wearing on the other night, Matt.
I barely just got them off my hands.
Yeah, somebody asked me.
The camera.
Somebody asked me, how come Matt was wearing welding gloves? And then here you're interviewing the players that are still wearing shorts, and it's 22 degrees outside. Here's a press by Chandler, and she was pulled down, and that's going to be a penalty kick for Eastmont. Good job of hustling by Chandler to keep that ball alive and put herself in a position. And because she was right on the doorstep, Chiefs pull her down, and so it will be an opportunity here for Megan Chandler.
That's what I touched on before about Megan's work rate. She didn't have to chase that down, but she did. You know, she was hustling the defender, and she won that PK. Let's see if she can score and put it in here to take the lead.
Julia Lundberg, the freshman, in goal for Moses Lake. Megan Chandler will approach, and with the right foot, it goes in, and a goal, and we have our first of the game. 1-0 Eastmont on top.
And she tucked that right perfectly in the corner there. She had me fooled. I thought she was going lower right.
She must have gave the goalkeeper the eyes. I think she shaped up to go bottom right, but wow, what a composed finish there from Megan.
Ball back under play after the kickoff here. Moses Lake now trailing it 1-0. And an aggressive approach by Olivia Waits will give it up to Cadence Martinez. She'll try to feed ahead for Miakolo, who is on the run. Eastmont, though, stepping in the passing lane, and this ball will go out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Eastmont. Whoa, wait a minute. No, they're going to say a throw-in for Moses Lake. Goodness. I thought that was touched last by the Chiefs, but no, the assistant referee over in the corner. Now we'll have a goal kick for Eastmont. By the way, our officials here today, the center official is Jaime. I didn't write Jaime's last name down there. What did I do with that piece of paper? I gave it back to you.
Ibarca.
Jaime Ibarca. The assistant referees, Isidro Najer and Jesus Cararubias. I don't do those nearly as well as our friend Sebastian Moraga. Another press here by Eastmont, and Moses Lake will clear it out of bounds. Kate Mounts back there defending for the Chiefs, so it'll be a throw-in for Eastmont as the Wildcats lead it on Megan Chandler's penalty kick goal in the 13th minute. 1-0 our score.
I think it's exactly what Eastmont needed to settle the nerves, get that early goal, put Moses in a bit of pressure, and I think they'll just calm the girls down, and hopefully they can settle into a rhythm of play and maybe get that second and third and try and kill the game early if they can.
Be a throw-in on the far sideline in front of the Moses Lake bench once they finally corral the ball over there. These teams have, since 2013, met 16 times. Moses Lake really has the advantage in the series in that period of time, winning 11 games to Eastmont's 5. Also in the playoffs, Moses Lake has knocked out Eastmont in the postseason 2 out of 3 times. Here's a nice feed ahead to Chandler, and she will sky it over the crossbar. I'm sure she would love to have that one back as she got a nice feed, and from about 20 yards out, skied it.
Brilliant run by Chandler off the back shoulder, just isolated her and snuck in behind, and great pass. Perfect timing.
They work so well together, those combinations. This time it was Jaden checking in and Megan making that run. Maybe she could have taken an extra touch towards goal and composed herself, but great link-up play again.
She did have traffic right around her with a couple of players defending too. So this ball will be touched and go out of bounds by Mia Colo, so it'll be an Eastmont throw-in here. Our broadcast brought to you by Confluence Health, dedicated to improve their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout north central Washington. Throw-in will come in as corralling it is Jaden Brown. She will try is that a shot?
I think it was mostly trying to cross that ball.
Kind of maybe deflected off the defender on that left-footed kick there.
Update from the Husky Stadium.
Yes.
We actually have somebody streaming the game, a friend of mine, Tammy Grenard.
Okay.
Watching along with her son, the Huskies play Utah, and Huskies up 7-1 halfway through the first quarter. 7-0.
7-0. Okay, I was going to say, how'd they get 1?
Yeah, wrong football, I guess.
Well, number 9 ranked Utah in Seattle at Husky Stadium today, so that is a big one. Of course, you had to mention that. Now we're going to have people tuning away from soccer to
they'll never do that.
Go watch the other football.
This is more enthralling.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line here. That is for sure, with Eastmont up as we are now in the 17th minute of this first half on what has proven to be a gorgeous afternoon here in the Wenatchee Valley. Appreciate you joining us here on the NCW Life Channel, your home for local sports. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online to leschwab.com to find a tire store near you. The folks from Les Schwab will be joining us for our broadcast of the Bridge of Sportsmanship between Eastmont and Wenatchee here on Thursday and announce the start of yet another Les Schwab Community Toy Drive. So looking forward to our partnership there. Chandler will come out here for Eastmont, and in for the first time comes Yasmin Abuamo. So she will head to the far sideline on the throw-in here, and the ball will come right to her. So nothing like coming off the sideline and getting the ball right on your foot right away.
I'm not sure if there's an injury there for Chandler or...
She just looks a little gassed or something right now. She's been doing lots of work.
Yeah.
Good job of getting back defending by Annalise Bauman for Eastmont. Clears the ball out on the far side. Throw in for Moses Lake. The Chiefs trying to take advantage of possible numbers they think they might have, but there's 5-6 defenders back there for Eastmont. Now the Wildcats with a counter as they get it out towards midfield. And onto the foot of Jaden Brown. And we're going to get a whistle out at center field here. And this will be a free kick for Moses Lake.
Pretty obvious tactic for Moses Lake, isn't it? Get that ball forward as quickly as you can. Matt, how do you think you can deal with that and stop them doing that?
Well, if Moses Lake's trying to play you on the counter, what you got to do is if you have the ability to delay that counter. So first one on the ball, at the point you turn it over. If you can apply pressure, look at your cues. If their back is to you, if their head's down, whatever, apply immediate pressure to slow that down and let your defense recover and organize. Otherwise, it's speed of transition in a defense. How quickly can you get back behind the ball and communicate as a team?
Right.
Kendall Flanagan will have the throw in here for Eastmont as she will find Jaden Brown. Brown bracketed by 3 defenders, but Eastmont still maintains possession for the moment anyway as it comes out towards midfield, and Heimbigner is there. Little use of the body by Mendoza for Eastmont, and then a chip ahead to Bunch, but right there for Eastmont, Cora Fry comes out and collects that ball about 5 yards shy of the top of the box.
And what we saw, Cora, she's playing at the top of her box, and she understands that Moses Lake's opportunity is to try and go direct.
Here's a chance for Eastmont on a beautiful punt by, and the ball loose, and
just
we
out
got
of bounds
a flag
there,
up.
yeah.
Out of bounds.
Oh. Eastmont with a beautiful, it started with the Cora Fry punt that, sailed about 50 yards.
Yeah, it looked great. Just had a hair too much on that over the inline.
Yeah, it was a great ball in from the right-hand side, and Jaden Brown was at the back post. It's a shame that one was pulled back, but yeah, definitely good play there from Eastmont. Got to keep that up, keep that pressure on Moses Lake.
We've got a little push on the header there, whistled by our center official.
That was just a hair's ear over, maybe.
But to your point, going back to what you were saying, Matt, the goalkeeper is really critical. Cora Fry is really critical. She's got to be on top of a box and judge those balls that come in behind. The back line of Eastmont are playing really high, so she's got to be on her toes for those through balls.
Nice job of battling it for it by Olivia Waits. And there is a push, and the assistant referee didn't see it.
The referees in the stands definitely saw it.
Yeah, we hear the contingent from Eastmont, a little groaning here on the near side. We had a lot of help for the officials last night in the football game from the Eastmont fans. From one fan in particular who I swear was holding on to our crowd microphone. At least that's what it sounded like.
I watched some of the game online last night, and I could hear that official.
Did you know who it was?
I don't. By the way, he was young. I'm not sure I'd call him out anyway.
Yeah. Well, no, I wasn't going to call him out. I was probably going to get an address for him for the Chelan County Officials Association.
Yeah.
Substitution here for Moses Lake as into the contest comes Kat Cooper, a senior captain. Eastmont ball as Jaden Brown does some fancy footwork out at midfield. Chips it ahead. Now they're looking for Flanagan. A few feet get in the way, though, for Moses Lake as they do a good job of defending that. And cleared out towards midfield by Gonzalez. Ball will go all the way and past the Eastmont bench and out of bounds. So a throw in here for Eastmont. Our broadcast here brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
The midfield's very congested. I think, it's about trying to get that ball in behind a little quicker. Maybe a little bit more link-up play to try and get in behind.
Beautiful lead pass here for Megan Chandler. Chandler with a chance. Bodies converge on her. She needs some help. Double teamed over there. And she'll chip it ahead. And here's an opportunity for Eastmont out in front of the goal. And a shot, but no. Jaden Brown's right-footed kick picked up by Julia Lundberg fairly easily for the goalkeeper for Moses Lake.
Yeah, it was good link-up play again there between Brown and Chandler. I feel like Brown could maybe hit that a bit sooner, but you can definitely see the intent from Eastmont. They're on the front foot. They've had a couple of chances now. They really want this home fixture next week, and maybe they can get that second goal and try and kill the game as quickly as they can.
Got a handball against Moses Lake, so Eastmont will have a free kick out just shy of midfield. As we're in the 24th minute of this first half, appreciate you joining us here on the NCW Life Channel, your home for local sports. Coming up later on tonight, we'll have a replay of some high school football, Davis and Wenatchee. Here's a nice entry from midfield. It got past the defense, but right there for Moses Lake is Lundberg to scoop that ball up. I hear you say that often, Matt. You got to keep those balls from getting down to the ground in front of the goal mouth there.
Yeah, those, when they bounce in front of the goal, it's anybody's handball here. Just a little early on the grab by a Flanagan player.
Yeah. So it'll be a throw in for Moses Lake. But yeah, you don't want that ball to hit the ground.
You don't want it to hit the ground in front of your goal. You want to just take care of it, especially when you got congestion there.
Free kick for Jolie Green, the freshman for the Chiefs. Header by Eastmont, right back to Green, who tried to head it, overran it a little bit. Now Eastmont has the numbers. They chip it ahead. Here's Jaden Brown. Brown's got Chandler across the goal. Let's see what she does. And it goes again across that end line. That's a few we've seen there.
Yeah, the ball's running pretty fast today on this pitch. I'd like to see her take that touch to get in behind the back player a little earlier and harder at a 45 to get around her, and not wait till you get clear to the end line.
Yeah, but just before that, there's great running, unselfishness running there from Chandler that created the space there from Jane. And like I said, if that ball could get in a little sooner, then it can cause them a bit more problems. But another great play there from Eastmont. It's good pressure from them. I'm liking what I see.
Ball got a bounce off of Eastmont. It'll be a throw in for Moses Lake near midfield, as it will be Kat Cooper. Eastmont fans again not happy about where they let her throw that ball in. And Moses Lake not being shy here about their physicality in this one. Again, here's a Chandler Brown run. And who's going to outrun the other for this? And a little push. They're going to say, what did they say?
It's called a foul on Brown there. I didn't see
a little bit of a push there, but I think, again, going down that left-hand side, it's obvious that that's the weakness there of Moses Lake. Eastmont are definitely having a lot of success there. They've got to try and get at that fullback a little bit quicker and then get the ball in a little sooner. But obvious weakness there from Moses Lake.
Jolene Green with the free kick right to Brown. Jaden crosses over for Chandler. Chandler doing a good job of using her body to get room there. Ball cleared by Moses Lake up the far side as Martinez finds it. She's got bodies ahead, but a good job by, I think that's Little back there, clearing the ball. And there's a ball again for Brown. She's all by herself, but she's too much by herself and offsides. And so it'll go over to Moses Lake. So for newbie soccer folks that don't understand offsides, what are you looking for?
So it's the goalkeeper is the last defender, right? And then it's the second to the last defender back. If that player making the run is behind the second to the last player back before the ball is kicked forward, then it's offside.
Okay.
That's generally speaking. There's a couple little funky rules in there. If that ball is deflected off a defender who's trying to play the ball, then the referees can allow play to go on.
And if you're wondering why the AR doesn't put his flag up until the last minute, that's a new rule that's just come into effect over the last couple of seasons. As soon as that player touches the ball that's offside, then the AR will put his flag up. If the player who is offside does not touch that ball or is impacting the play, then they will not put that flag up. So that's why you see maybe a little bit of a delay when the AR puts his flag up.
About as easy to understand as the point scoring system for
We're just waiting for video technology to come in and that we can refer to.
Need to put a chip in the ball, right? Here's Chandler with a left-footed kick, and it's in! Goal for Megan Chandler, and Eastmont takes a 2-0 lead over the Chiefs on this final day of the regular season.
She just, her and Jaden just know each other so well. And I was watching Chandler before Jaden even touched that ball, and they were keeping track of each other. And they were both glancing at each other, and she made the run just as Jaden had that ball on her foot, and it was brilliant.
But what about the strike, Eric? I can't tell you how hard that technique is. It's coming across your shoulder. We'll just wait to see what happens here.
Moses Lake trying to counter here. Go ahead.
It comes across your shoulder on her weaker foot, her left foot, bottom corner. What a strike.
Here's Moses Lake right on the doorstep, and a good job by Eastmont, and this ball will hit the outside of the net, but they're going to say a touch.
A little deflection there, so we'll have
it will be a corner kick for Moses Lake, our second corner kick of the game. But yeah, left foot across the goal, got it into the right corner. That's awfully tough angle.
That's a tough technique to be able to do, and she just took that chance perfectly. And that just shows you the confidence that she's got right now. She's definitely having a great game so far.
Corner kick for Moses Lake after a shot. Oh, the ball hit the ground and a header glancing off and just outside the goal mouth to the right. And so it will be a goal kick here for Eastmont. A couple of shots in a row there for the Chiefs. They got aggressive after the second goal of the game by Megan Chandler as she was assisted by Brown. Jaden Brown on the assist there in the 28th minute to put Eastmont up by a score of 2-0 here as we are in the 30th minute of this first half of this one. Long way to go. Goal kick by Moses Lake, or by Eastmont and Cora Fry. And again, the ball got ahead of everybody. Eastmont's Fisher over there with it. And Moses Lake will clear it, so it'll be a throw in for Eastmont. We are on television today, Channel 12 on Local Tel, Channel 19 on Charter. We are streaming on our website, ncwlife.com, also live on a stream on our Facebook page. So lots of ways that you could be watching this one, and wherever you might be, thank you for doing so on the NCW Life channel. Eastmont doing a good job of ball control here. Nice little footwork by Kendall Flanagan with the attack, and Lundberg comes out, and Megan Chandler looking for her hat trick.
A little piece of skill there from Flanagan. Nice little drag back. Kind of juked the defender there. Tried to put a bending cross with the left foot, try to find Chandler. Good little piece of play there.
As it was Kendall Flanagan losing the ball for a moment to Moses Lake. Ball caroms off a couple of legs and then finally comes up to the foot of a Chief on their side of the midfield stripe. And again, it's Kat Cooper who comes up with it. And I guess we should be thankful to our cameras. The ball has stayed mostly on this side of the field here in this one.
Yeah, Moses Lake just really doesn't have a plan to attack Eastmont. They're just trying to get the ball out of their defensive third and see what happens from there. It looks pretty unorganized going forward.
And credit to Eastmont, they're switching the ball from right to left. They know that their strength is down this left-hand side. You know, Flanagan, Brown and Chandler linking up well down the channel here and getting a lot of success.
Here's a feed ahead to Brown. The ball a little bit in front, though, and got a little help from the defense. Brown crosses over through the trees. She'll go. Chandler's there, and the ball kicked away by Lundberg. And now Moses Lake, they had the numbers for a moment. We'll see if they try to attack here. As Eastmont was definitely on the attack, it looked like it may be another opportunity for the Wildcats. The ball now kind of a loose ball out of midfield. And this will be back into the hands of the Chiefs here. 4 shots on goal here in this first half for Eastmont. A couple of shots for Moses Lake. And the Wildcats lead it 2-0. Brown again with it, and she'll try the left foot cross, and a little off of the mark on that one, and it will be picked up by the goalkeeper, Julia Lundberg, freshman. I was just counting it up. They've got 12 underclassmen, freshmen, or sophomores on Moses Lake's team. So we talk about inexperience in situations. That's a lot of underclassmen.
It is. Experience is really pivotal. You look at Eastmont with Chandler and her experience, the confidence that she brings, and then you look at the inexperience of Moses Lake at times like this. They need that experience sometimes.
Geez, nice job of footwork there by Natalie Bunch. But again, Eastmont just doing a great job of setting up that wall back here about 35 yards out from the goal, and really nothing gets past them.
Yeah, I've been impressed defensively from Eastmont, apart from those 1 or 2 balls that came over the top. I think they've got a good line. They're being first to the ball. They're stepping really well, and you know, they sometimes just need to be first to the ball and be a little bit more aggressive, and I think they're doing that really well, actually.
That is the voice of Neil Oyston, along with Matt Wisen. I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life channel, as we are 2-0 in the 34th minute of this first half of the final game of the regular season for Moses Lake and Eastmont. And this ball taken away by the Wildcats, and here comes a run up the far side. She's got bodies, and the cross attempt goes off of a Chief out of bounds, so it'll be throw in for Eastmont.
Some of that success is coming from the midfield. In the past, some of these Eastmont games, the other team has kind of had some run of play in the middle of the field, and had some possession time, and Eastmont's kind of chased the game at that point. Today, they're really getting on those midfielders from Moses Lake and forcing them to make quicker, sloppier passes, which aren't getting through to the defense. Riley Fisher is really maybe an example here. She's really working pretty hard, tracking those balls down, putting pressure on the person in possession, and forcing some poor passes.
Rebecca Corvarubius comes into the lineup here for Eastmont. And there was a chief that checked in here, and that's Clarissa Negretti, wears number 21. Another underclassman, sophomore, checking in for Moses Lake. Meanwhile, the ball will be a goal kick here for Eastmont, or excuse me, for Moses Lake. And the ball picked up by Negretti. And they'll get it out towards midfield. And here's a feed ahead to Bunch. And Cora Fry coming out, sliding down and expertly corralling that ball.
Yeah, it's good decision making there from Cora Fry. As soon as that ball came over the top, she was on her toes. She came out quickly, and then good hands to collect the ball up, and that's what she's got to do as a goalkeeper. Gives confidence to the back four.
Chandler and Brown, another two-woman game here. Here comes Brown with an opportunity, and a wonderful job. The ball's loose. The AR has his flag up.
Just kicked the goalie a little bit too much there.
Julia Lundberg, great job coming out of the goal there and challenging Brown, closing that gap, giving Brown very little room to work with. And even though the ball came free, and she's wiggling her right hand, looks like she may have been banged up a little bit on that collision. Another great opportunity for Eastmont.
I mean, what more can you say about Brown and Chandler? And, you know, we've said it multiple times already. Just they're such a threat going forward. They're on the same page as each other. Looks like they've been playing with each other for years, and it's a really joy to watch them link up like this.
Yeah, a lot of nonverbal communication between the two, just knowing where each other is going to be.
And like what we said at the beginning, different strengths. So Megan's going to check in for the ball. She's going to get the ball to feet. As soon as she does that, Jaden Brown, she's going to run in behind. And that's what we've seen a couple of times already. So just really working well together.
Throw in is headed out by Moses Lake. So we're down the 37th minute of this first half.
And Megan's holding the ball up well when she does receive it sometimes out there. Moses Lake knows Eastmont's strategy.
Yeah.
And they are applying pretty quick pressure on those two players when they receive the ball. But Megan's not just turning it over. She's holding it and passing well.
It's very difficult to do is when you've got your back to goal and you're checking in to receive. And then the idea is to get face forward as quickly as you can. And she's doing a great job of it.
Throw in here will hit right in front of the goal. And it will. No, I thought maybe it got across the line there, but no.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Wow.
I'm calling goal on that. Let's see what the replay has to say.
I thought it got across. And I believe that was Riley Fisher who touched it last, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'll have to check VAR on that. I'm pretty sure that's in.
I think the whole ball has to go over the line. Not too sure. Good save, though, from Moses Lake goalkeeper. A little bit of confidence there for her keeping the team in it.
Brown brings it around. She's right in front and will try another shot, but Lundberg is there. Sometimes the freshman looks like, oh, look what I found.
Yeah.
I got the ball.
Just got to make it a little more difficult on her. Step into that shot a little bit more. Yeah. And also utilize the sun right now. It's right in her eyes.
It really is. And that'll be interesting when we get to the second half when the reverse ends, because Cora Fry will have to battle with that sunshine in her eyes, as it is directly in the eyes of the goalkeeper here for Moses Lake. Another good pass ahead. Eastmont again knocking on the door, but Lundberg comes out and collects this one.
Yeah, we're on the referee's clock now, so we'll see. Eastmont's going to probably push to try and get that third going right into halftime and really killing the will to live if you're Moses Lake.
Yeah, I think if they get that third goal, I think the tie's done. Game is done. But sometimes 2-0 is some of the most difficult leads in soccer because, there's, obviously if Moses Lake get one goal, they're back in the game. The momentum shifts. But look, I've been super impressed with Eastmont in this first half. They've applied pressure. They've had a couple of good chances, and really impressed by them.
Jolie Green and Cadence Martinez comes back in for Moses Lake here in the final moments of this first half, trying to maybe get a little pressure put on the offensive end here for the Chiefs. Eastmont, though, with the ball momentarily as they try to feed ahead to Covarrubias. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Moses Lake. We didn't have a lot of stoppage time in that first half, so I can't imagine we'll have too many moments here off of the officials' watch. Miakolo through traffic off to Green, and Eastmont let that ball go out of bounds as Heimbigner is there. Alexa with the throw in at midfield. Again, Covarrubias right there, and will she give it up to Heimbigner on throw in for Eastmont. Closing moments of this first half as Eastmont is the beneficiary of 2 goals by Megan Chandler, and the center official will blow his whistle, and that will be the end of our first half. We will take a 3-minute break. Eastmont's in position right now to claim a regular season Big Nine title if they can hold on to a 2-0 lead. We'll have more here from halftime at Wildcat Stadium. After this 3-minute timeout, you're watching Big Nine Soccer on the NCW Life Channel.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell, and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653. Welcome back once again here to Wildcat Stadium in East Wenatchee, where the Eastmont Wildcats lead the Moses Lake Chiefs at halftime by a score of 2-0, along with Matt Wisen and Neil Oyston. I'm Eric Granstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. In that first half, Eastmont unofficially, this is what I've got it anyway, 6 shots on goal to 2 for the Chiefs. We've had 2 corner kicks, 1 per side in this one. The first goal of the game came from Megan Chandler when she was pulled down in the box and was given a penalty kick in the 13th minute. She collects on a nice little soft touch to the left side, and she got it past Julia Lundberg for the first goal of the game. And it would be another 15 minutes later, Chandler would again connect, this time in play, as Megan Brown, or Jaden Brown, would feed Megan Chandler, and she would score the second goal of the game in the 28th minute to give Eastmont a 2-0 lead here as we are at halftime. And I'll bring in our soccer experts here to talk about if you're Moses Lake, first of all, and you're the head coach, Liz Bigger, and her assistants, what are you talking to your girls about to get them back into this, trailing 2-0?
Well, I just wrote some notes down there. There's nothing to lose if you're Moses Lake. Just quit being afraid to play. Clearly, there's some things that need to be cleaned up on the defense there. They can't lose track of Brown. They can't lose track of Chandler. But I think Eastmont, when they've been exposed this year, is when teams are sending numbers forward and they're pressing. So there's nothing to lose. Send numbers forward. You got to do it if you're going to score. Moses Lake's looked really benign moving forward in the game. So send numbers forward, press, try and get your activity, some life going forward.
Yeah, I just feel like Moses Lake, they just don't really seem at the races today. I think they've come. I think they've just turned up because there's been no real game plan. You know, they've been sat back, and every time they win the ball, all they want to do is try and play a long ball up top, and at times it's looked dangerous. But they need to offer something different. I think they've been second to the ball. I think Eastmont have won the first and second balls very easily. So I think, you know, if I'm the Moses Lake coach, it's like, just show a bit of desire. Do you really want this? Do you really want to come out in the second half and make a game of it? Otherwise, this game could be 3-4 to Eastmont if they're not careful.
So, meanwhile, if you're Coach Hurtado, what are you talking to your girls about? Do you stay aggressive, or do you say, okay, we got a 2-0 lead here. Let's just play smart, play defense, and get out of here with a win?
I've been around too long to tell my team that, because they get tight when you tell them that. And they know what's at stake at that point. I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to say, I want you to be first to that ball, at least first to touch every single ball that's a 50-50 ball. If it's in the air or if it's moving on the pitch, you've got to be the first to touch that ball. And that brings your team, it keeps them engaged. It keeps them focused and moving, so keep them from sucking into that propensity just to get lethargic, I guess, on a 2-0 lead. And then when that happens, you sit back and the other team gets momentum going forward, and you're on your heels. Before you know it, you're just protecting a 1-0 or one goal lead.
You know, I said before the game I was intrigued to see how Coach Vidal would approach the game. I'd be intrigued to see how Eastmont approaches this game, because sometimes when there's a lot on the line, it could be a cagey affair. But boy, I think, you know, Eastmont have come out the races. You know, they've been on the front foot. They've been positive. Every time they're going forward, they look like scoring. You know, and I'm surprised it's not 3 or 4 by now. It's only been a couple of good saves by the goalkeeper that's kept them in it. So again, if I'm Coach Vidal, don't change anything. You know, keep going, keep being positive, keep being direct, keep linking up, but make sure you put the ball in the back of the net, because what's really important is that they go into hopefully these playoff series with lots of confidence. You know, they want to be with full momentum going forward. So if they can have a strong finish to this second half, they're going to carry that into the next game and try and put, you know, some goals up on this scorecard. So yeah, just more of the same from Eastmont. I've been super impressed with their tenacity, with their desire, with their willingness to go forward.
The top 6 teams advance into the postseason. On Tuesday, it's a play-in scenario where the number 3 will host the number 6 and the number 4 will host the number 5. Right now, if all things remain equal, that would mean that Moses Lake would be the number 2 heading into the district championship, And, well, no, that would be Wenatchee, number 2, heading into the district championship. Moses Lake would be home for that play-in game on Tuesday. And so as it stacks up right now, that would be a match with Eisenhower on Tuesday to have a chance to advance to get to the state tournament. Meanwhile, if you're Eastmont, take care of business here. You're home again on Wednesday, and you play that Cross River rival Wenatchee for the district title. And wouldn't that be a great match?
Yeah, I think we called it the last 2 times these teams have said we're going to see each other in playoffs. The 1 and 2, whoever's Eastmont or Wenatchee is number 1. I don't think they really care at that point. They wanted to see each other again. They're great games.
We tried to lobby with the athletic directors if, in fact, that game happens on Wednesday here at Eastmont's stadium, that they would start at 7 o'clock. We didn't win that conversation. They want to start at 6 o'clock. So we would broadcast that match, but we would not be able to join it until 6:30. So because of our local news here on the NCW Life Channel. So that's kind of the scenario looking ahead. Can't look ahead too much, though, because we got another 40 minutes of soccer to play, and it is just a 2-goal lead for Eastmont. We will take another timeout and come back. Second half action is straight ahead here on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly, sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Ready for second half action here on the NCW Life Channel as Eastmont will kick it off. Moses Lake will head to the end of the field to the right here as we look at it at Wildcat Stadium. Our broadcast brought to you by Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life, not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee. Along with Matt Wisen and Neil Oyston, I'm Eric Grandstrom here on the NCW Life Channel. 2 first-half goals by Megan Chandler. The difference in this one so far is we're ready for the official to whistle, and he does. And so here we go. Second half action. We'll see how aggressive Moses Lake can be here in this second stanza. Chiefs intercept the ball. Nishida feeds it ahead to Bunch. Cleared by Eastmont out to Martinez. And then picked up by Riley Fisher. And then back to Martinez for Moses Lake. She'll feed it back towards midfield to Sage Roylance, who will chip it ahead to Mia Colo, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Eastmont. Throw in here for the Wildcats by Alexa Heimbigner. Nice sunny day here in East Wenatchee with temperatures in the 50s for the second day of November. Hard to believe. It seems like it was just yesterday. We were August, just talking about the high school season getting going.
Yeah, it's going so fast.
Wife and I had the boat out last weekend, and we're being thankful for our little buddy heater, that's for sure. I should have brought that when we did that Cashmere Cascade game the other night. Speaking of which,
had those gloves, so he was fine.
His welding gloves. Cascade and Cashmere will play again here in the rematch tonight at the Apple Bowl. Eastmont on the attack here. Brown with a little chip shot, but it's picked up easily by Lundberg. Battle for the Caribou Trail League District Championship now. I guess we'll say the District 6 1A Championship tonight, 6 o'clock at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, Cashmere Cascade. It should be a good one.
Yeah, two games between rivalries for championships. Within a week.
It could be. Could very well be. If this one holds its water, it would be Eastmont and Wenatchee on Wednesday for the District 6 4A Championship. Beautiful header by Chandler to Brown. The defense goes by her. Now she'll fire up a left-footed shot. Over the crossbar it goes.
A little rushed. I'd like to see her maybe take one more step into that.
Yeah, I think she just could have got an unlucky bounce there. She was trying to get through on goals. She had players around her. She could maybe have laid or set somebody else. So, but a great, not a bad strike on the turn with the left foot. But again, just that link-up play between Chandler and Brown. It's obviously Moses Lake. They haven't done anything to try and stop that threat. And that's what, if you're the coach of Moses Lake, you need to be really figuring out. How do you stop those two combining like that?
That was a beautiful header by Megan Chandler. Free kick here for Moses Lake as Jolie Green will do the honors. 10 yards shy of midfield here at Wildcat Stadium. And again, I can't get over the field conditions here of what they've been able to do with this surface. Such a huge difference from just a year ago, where coming here and playing this time of year, you would have found probably grass about 6 inches taller. Here's a feed ahead to Megan Chandler, and nice job by Lundberg coming out quickly and covering up that ball and not giving Chandler a chance.
Yeah, that was close, though. Chandler really read that, and the keeper, she read it a little late, but she still got on her horse and got there.
Here's a chip ahead again. This time the defense for Moses Lake will turn that ball aside and back the other direction as Martinez battling for it. Crosses over. Nice feed to Rebelia. Rebelia to chip it ahead to Bunch. And Bunch on the inline will have the ball go out of bounds, and they're going to see it's a goal kick. Last touch by Moses Lake.
It's great defending. Just to be able to go shoulder to shoulder with the attacker there to parry the ball out, to kind of shield that ball. That's great defending there. I think she's been excellent all game. She's had excellent coverage. She's got excellent vision to see that ball. So great defending again.
Annalise Bauman, the one back there to which Neil refers. How tough is that when you say shoulder to shoulder? She's obviously about 6-7 inches taller than the girl from Moses Lake. Kind of tough to get shoulder to shoulder.
Well, it is, but it's about just getting having a bit of vision to get there ahead of the player, and I think that's what she did really well there. She managed to get in front of the attacker, so that when shoulder to shoulder came, she was in a good position there to make sure the ball was seen out.
Eastmont defenders trying to clear this out of their end. Moses Lake trailing it 2-0 here as we're underway second half of this last game of the regular season, and on the line, the regular season Big Nine Championship. Bodies collide there, and ouch, that went off the front of the face of Tess Sparks. Looks like she's all right. Feet ahead, here's Chandler. She'll chip it down to Brown. Brown just a little bit too much off of her foot, goes across the end line. Little push shove there by Sage Roylance. No whistle. It'll be a goal kick for Moses Lake. And that's going to be a little different for Eastmont. Their practice field is across the way. They don't really practice on the game field here because they want to keep it in as pristine a condition as they can. But that grass on their practice field a little bit longer. We talked about the difference between playing on natural grass and playing on an artificial surface. Well, this cut so short, like you mentioned in the first half, it is very artificial-like.
Yeah, it's playing pretty much just like an artificial pitch.
Yeah.
Here's a kick, a ball collected there by Lundberg after it hit her hard right in the upper arm, but she's able to stave off that shot.
This field doesn't have irrigation that I know of, and I don't think they've really watered it very much, which I think has helped protect the surface this year. It hasn't really been a very wet fall as of late.
Yeah, no, it's been quite a while, and even if they had irrigation, they shut the irrigation off here, about 3-4 weeks ago now. 3 weeks anyway. And here's a free kick for Moses Lake. Hold on. says our center referee. Our center official, Jaime Ibarca.
Not really sure why he called that back.
Yeah.
No,
I thought everybody was ready to go. Olivia waits with a free kick. Opportunity for the Chiefs. Ball will just go right on one hop, right to Cora Fry.
Yeah, you got to act like you want the ball when it's in the box.
It's just a poor delivery, though, isn't it?
That looks strange.
They've had no real opportunities, and then they get one just outside the box. It's got to be a better delivery there from them.
I mean, skip through, but there was no one making that run. They're just kind of watching it skip right to Cora's hands. You got to at least challenge or flash in front of the keeper to obstruct the vision or something.
We talk about it all the time about being proactive. You've got to think on your feet. You've got to be there first. But yeah,
there's a feed ahead to Chandler, and back there defensively is Lesser Cedillo, and she'll clear it out. So it'll be a throw-in for Eastmont on the far side. Alexis Lesser Cedillo. A little bit more fleet of foot than Megan Chandler on that. Kind of had a little better angle to it as well. Eastmont's opportunity is we're in the 49th minute of the second half in a 2-0 game with Eastmont on top. The throw in, and we're going to get a call by the official, I guess a shove against Eastmont, and so it'll be a free kick for Moses Lake. Are you getting scores here? Oh, you're taking a selfie. I thought you were going to have a score of the Husky game for me.
No, I got to take advantage of these opportunities with Neil in the booth and remember this one. Yeah, here we go. A score update from the Washington Husky Stadium, 14-3.
Couldn't take no selfies the other night with those welding gloves.
Yeah, those are my ski gloves, and they were not coming off. And my hands were still cold.
You're not going to live that one down, are you, Matt?
No.
No, I'll tell you, we to tear down after that game, I didn't have gloves that night. Silly, I left them on my desk at work. And so I was barehanded helping to put all the gear away. My right hand got so cold, it hurt so bad, I almost threw up. That's how bad it hurt. And it took me from Cashmere all the way to the edge of Wenatchee to get it warmed up in the ring on the way home. So
Matt will sort you out with some extra pair, I'm sure.
I did take my gloves off to get down the ladder at the end of that night, and that ladder is a welded rebar ladder that is very exposed to cold air, and I thought I might have to get the torch out to peel my hands off of that thing.
I'm sure our viewers are really intrigued now about what we're talking about.
No, we're saying that because we're so thankful about this beautiful sun-splashed day today, and much warmer temperatures here for the second day of November. As the ball will head out of bounds and into the stands on the other side. And
no one from Moses Lake seems all that energetic to want to go get it.
It's kind of like that last free kick. Here's a shot ahead, and it'll be a goal for Moses Lake as they got it into Natalie Bunch, and Bunch finally collects, and now a new game. It's 2-1.
Soccer's a cruel game sometimes. I mean, it's been all Eastmont all game. They've had chance after chance. They couldn't put that third one away. Moses Lake have one opportunity, bounce over the head of the defender, and you got to say it's a great finish. But Eastmont, they need to take those chances when it falls to them. 2-1. Moses Lake back in it.
So Bunch in the 51st minute with the first goal tallied here for Moses Lake. And just like that, it is a 1-goal differential. Long way to go in this one before it's all said and done. Throw in for the Chiefs along the near sideline. That's a handball as it glanced up, and Kiana Carson had it inadvertently hit her left hand. And so it'll be a free kick here for the Chiefs as Jolie Green, who's been very active in this one, will boot it. Ball will be collected by Martinez. The battle, Eastmont trying to get it and get it ahead. And that went off of a Chief, and a good call by the assistant referee to see that ball caromed off of a Chief out of bounds.
It's important now Eastmont react, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah.
You know, they've got to hold the nerve, stay confident, don't change much. How do you think they're going to react after that goal?
Knowing a few of these players, that goal made them angry. And I think we're going to see a little bit more energy out of those players getting forward and trying to get that counter goal.
Because we said at halftime, didn't we? We said, look, kill the game. get that next goal. It's 3-0. It's out the game, but they've just got to maintain that positivity going forward and take those chances.
And for Moses Lake audience that's watching us out in the basin here today, to give credit to the Chiefs. I mean, they have not wilted in the attack here.
Yeah, and that's what Eastmont, or Moses Lake, their coach is telling them. It's 2-0. I don't mind coaching from a 2-0 deficit at halftime. Yeah. It makes your speech easy. Press to get that one, and then it's anybody's game.
Well, you said it. You said it at halftime. Go all out there. Get that first goal, and you're back in the game. They've done that.
Corner kick is our second of the game for Eastmont. Right in front, and the ball still on the doorstep, but then cleared finally by the Chiefs. And we've got a collision here, and that will be a free kick for Moses Lake. I think that was Chandler that did that corner kick for Eastmont, and boy, did that come in with some authority.
Yeah, those driven balls across. I like hard, low balls across the front of the goal. They're difficult to clear out if you're a defender, and a lot of times it can result in some ball clanking around in front that's anybody's.
There comes Mia Colo with a cross, and Bunch is there, and she can't keep it from going across the end line, so it'll be a goal kick for Eastmont. But again, another aggressive approach for the Chiefs.
Coming back into the game now, I think Moses Lake got obviously a lot of confidence from that goal. They know that they can get a goal upon Eastmont, and if I'm Eastmont now, it's just like what we said, just don't panic, settle yourself back into the game. But now, hey, we've got a good contest on our hands for our viewers.
Cora Fry with the goal kick here. It bounces over a couple of heads, and now is a feet ahead for Bunch. She tried the left foot. That was a great job just for her to get to that ball, but a good job by the Eastmont Wildcat getting back there again. I think it was Bauman again who's able to get back and defend on that, and it will be a goal kick for Eastmont. Actually, no, that was Ellie Little on that one, the defense for Eastmont. As we're in the 55th minute of this second half. 2-1 our score. Ball loose in midfield. Picked up over there by Rabilia on the far side. A little more enthusiasm coming from the far side of the field here. A cross, but nobody there in a white jersey. Eastmont will clear it. Riley Fisher collects it out of midfield, and now a 4-on-3 for Eastmont. Brown up the far side she goes. Chandler in relation, and the ball is kicked out across the end line by Moses Lake. It'll be another corner kick, our third of the game for Eastmont. Our broadcast today brought to you by Town Toyota, your automotive home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington. Also by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulator at 884-4653. Plan your next tournament or event today. So here comes the goal kick, or corner kick, I should say, and it is nicely defended there by Moses Lake. Chiefs seem to have a little more confidence going on right now after that goal.
Yeah, they are trying to get into attack, send more numbers forward, and get after Eastmont a little bit, and puts Eastmont in a weird position now.
Does they have to be careful, how far up they do go, because there's a lot of space in behind between the goalkeeper, Cora Fry, and the back line. So they just have to keep understanding the cues of when to drop and when to step.
Here's a chip ahead. Megan Chandler giving chase. The ball cleared out by Jolie Green for Moses Lake. Chiefs will collect it in the corner, but it comes out to an Eastmont foot. In the battle at midfield between the hash marks here on this multi-purpose surface at Wildcat Stadium. Collected now by Olivia Waits. And Cora Fry is going to come out and at the top of the box collect that before Natalie Bunch can come in and give her any menace. Good punt by Cora Fry. Megan Chandler on the sprint. Ball is going to be cleared out of bounds. Nice job defensively by Jolie Green. She's been active this entire game for Moses Lake.
Yeah, Megan's probably keeping her active. They're definitely looking. I mean, both Moses Lake and Eastmont know who they want to feed that ball to, and they're doing a good job.
It's an end-to-end game now, isn't it? I think what you're seeing is both teams looking for that next goal, and going to see a few chances hopefully here in the next 20 minutes or so.
The AR says that I think a little push on the.
I think a foul throw is what they call it.
Oh, foul throw. Okay, so what? Stepped over the line.
Yeah, may have stepped over the line or just got. No, the ball wasn't over her head, the top of her head.
Gotcha. So a throw in now for Moses Lake as the Chiefs brought in a replacement in the interim there. And a nice job by Eastmont to step in. Here's Brown again, and the ball knocked off of her foot. They say that she touched it last. I thought maybe that was Moses Lake that touched it last, but no. It'll be a goal kick for the Chiefs. Our broadcast here on the NCW Live Channel brought to you by Automoca. Visit one of their 6 locations in the Valley, including the only Automoca with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. What's your Automoca emergency? Megan Chandler doing a nice job, kind of equal on the collision there between she and a defender. This one, Bunch will, though, collect at midfield and throw in by her. Boy, that was awkward on the throw in. And Moses Lake, just the aggressiveness shown by the Chiefs right now and speed, a little bit more than what Eastmont's showing at this juncture in a 2-1 contest. So we're in the 59th minute of this contest. Brown tried to chip it ahead for Chandler. She will again. Chandler's right there, and a nice job by Lundberg to come out. And that ball, I think, just went off of her foot a little more than she wanted to at that point.
Yeah, an awkward hop there, right at the wrong time for Chandler, and caught her with a heavy touch.
The counter now by Moses Lake. Here's Bunch again. She's got 2 defenders right in front of her. Nice job of bracketing by Eastmont. And the ball will go out off of the Wildcats and a throw in for Moses Lake. 60th minute in a 2-1 contest. Eastmont's Megan Chandler scored a goal in the 13th minute on a penalty kick, and then added another on a nice feed from Jaden Brown in the 28th minute. Moses Lake with the tally, the only goal in this second half by Bunch in the 51st minute. And again, Cora Fry comes out of the box there to boot that one back towards midfield. Pass on the far side, mishandled there by Eastmont, so it'll be out to Moses Lake. More of a, I guess we'll say, frenetic approach by Moses Lake here in the second half.
Yeah. I just got done coaching against a team kind of similar this last weekend, where their approach to the second half was basically just more energy and sending numbers forward and sending the ball forward. Nothing tactical, just more energy. And the way you kind of battle that is just better possession and trying to match them with the energy in the middle of the field.
And that's what Coach Hurtado told us before the ball game, is about how he wanted to possess. Feed ahead for Bunch again, and she'll have an opportunity, but a nice job defensively by Eastmont getting back. And we'll have a corner kick here for the Chiefs. But on these attacks with the ball on foot, Eastmont's done a really good job of getting back there and defending.
Yeah, I think, well, this is kind of easy to read. Basically, they're trying to send that ball forward to Moses Lake's player, and she's very skilled attacker, and so make sure she's not getting lost and really put numbers around her as soon as she touches the ball.
Eastmont defended that corner kick. Go ahead.
At this stage of the season, you do expect a bit of a comeback from Moses Lake. And they're doing a lot better there, in the second half, like you said. Whatever the coach said at halftime, it seems to have been working. And sometimes, like I said, it's not tactical. It's just a little bit more energy. Can you get first to the ball? Can you get second to the ball? And what that does is it just builds a little bit of momentum. You get the first goal, and all of a sudden you're back in the game. So a much better showing from them in the second half.
Jaden Brown shaken up on that last ball. I don't know if she stepped over the ball and maybe twisted an ankle there, but she's back to her feet. It's a throw in for Eastmont. And again, a missed throw in here. I think she stepped across the line on that one as it was thrown in by Kiana Carson. Couple of those here in the last few moments for the Wildcats as we're in the 63rd minute. Moses Lake trailing it 2-1. The aggressor here. Nice job by Bunch. A feed ahead on the far side over there to Throneberry. And again, there's Eastmont to clear it past the end line. It'll be another corner kick for Moses Lake.
If you're looking at the tactical sense to this, I think Eastmont's left-hand side, that's where the struggle is, because they're playing in a 3-back system with wing-backs. And if that left wing-back is pushed too high, then there's a lot of space in behind that wing-back, and they're getting a lot of success there.
Here's the corner kick by Moses Lake, and a header attempt by Bunch. Ball loose in the corner, picked up by Martinez over there. And it will go out off of Eastmont and be another throw in, I think, this time, rather than a corner kick.
Throw in.
For Moses Lake. So Moses Lake is now even the corner kicks on the game so far. 3 per side. Throw in here for the Chiefs will be by Bailey Reish. Reish waiting for bodies to start to move, and it is chipped there. Ball loose. Finally cleared out by Eastmont. Brown will get it back. They try to go towards the center of the field a little bit more, but the ball stolen away by Moses Lake as Martinez came up with it. Martinez again with a high left-footed kick. Then Negrete will come up with it. Bodies fall to the turf. No whistle for the official here. And then finally taking it away is Heimbigner. And Heimbigner's just going to turn and root that one across the sidelines here. And we'll have a throw in again for Moses Lake. 65th minute of this one, 2-1 our score. Eastmont 2 goals in the first half. Moses Lake a goal here in the second half. Again, a throw in by the Chiefs as it was Bailey Reish. Ball's been in this end of the field for considerable amount of time here in this second half.
Yeah, and I think that's down to Moses Lake playing 15 yards higher up the field. First half, they were really deep, compact in their shape, and now you look at them and they're up by the halfway line, and they're putting pressure on Eastmont now.
Martinez tried to get a pass ahead, but Eastmont there for the counter. Here's a chip towards midfield as it's a 3-on-4 here, and ball a little bit too far out in front of Jaden Brown. It'll be picked up easily by Julia Lundberg, the goalkeeper for Moses Lake.
Just needed a little bit more quality there, a little bit more of a diagonal ball through to complement the run from Jaden there.
Bodies colliding out towards midfield. They're going to call the penalty here on Moses Lake, so a free kick for Eastmont. We have a substitution here for the Wildcats as Rebecca Covarrubias comes back in for Eastmont. Another substitution on the far side of the field for the Chiefs as well, as Shaylee Miakolo will come back in on the pitch. And now the free kick for Eastmont. Directing traffic, Brown has it, midfield between the stripes. Nice footwork over there by Kendall Flanagan. They'll bring it out towards midfield, and a chip ahead a little bit in front of everybody, and right there is Lundberg to collect the ball. Be sure and join us on our post-game show here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll talk to Coach Hurtado about this one, also try to grab a player or two. And a nice job stepping back there by Heimbigner to defend that ball that was in the Eastmont end of the field. Here's Brown ahead to Chandler. Megan lost sight of it there for a moment. Works it along the sidelines. Now the cross. It's loose. Brown there, and off the crossbar it goes. Ball still alive. In the corner. Now across, and a goal! Megan Chandler with the hat trick here for Eastmont, and that's a huge one here in the 67th minute.
Nice touch off the half volley there. Turn again with her left foot to put that away.
Again, another difficult technique to do. The ball's coming in, it's just dropping, and she absolutely just pummels that ball into the back of the net with her left foot. And you got to say, it's nothing short of what Eastmont deserves. They've had the most chances. Now they've got that third goal. Hopefully for them, they can close that game out. I mean, from the defending aspect for Moses Lake, could they have cleared that a little bit quicker? Yes. They'll be probably disappointed with that.
So now can the Chiefs, who've just been very active in this second half, can they find it within themselves to find another goal here? They'll need two if they want to send it into extra.
Yeah, well, we got about 12 minutes left in this match in regulation, and
that's a tall hill to climb.
It's typically a fairly deflating goal to give up when you put so much energy in to scrap back into a game, and then you see your opponent go up by 2 again.
Yeah, and we talked about it. Said, look how both teams going to react to that goal, and looks like Eastmont have reacted better to that. But hey, there's 12 minutes left. Anything can happen in this game.
Including the feed ahead here to Rebelia, and they will get a shot on goal, but Cora Fry handles that one easily for the Wildcats. Punt by Fry, clears midfield easily. Ball dribbled around there by Tess Sparks. And we're going to get a foul whistled against Eastmont. It'll be a free kick for Moses Lake. And that'll be about 40 yards out from the goal. It'll be Cadence Martinez on the free kick. Kind of skimmed the ground a little bit before she got to the ball. Ball brought out by Eastmont, but then Martinez there. Left-footed cross, but nobody around. In a white uniform. Caden Brown comes up with it here for Eastmont. She'll feed it ahead to Chandler. But also back there defending is Kate Mounts. Chandler hits the deck, and they're going to say it's a goal kick here for Moses Lake. Boy, the Jaden Brown, Megan Chandler show has certainly been impressive here today.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of coaching both of them in the past, and you know what I can say for both of them is their talent, but just the work rate as well to chase down lost causes, their tenacity, their desire from the both of them it makes them a pleasure to coach, and I'm super happy to watch them play and be successful here today.
About 10 minutes left in this one as Eastmont leads it 3-1. Be a throw in for the Wildcats. Covarrubias will bring it into Brown. Brown working in the corner. Cross from her. Ball loose and then cleared. Got between Lundberg's legs, and she's thankful right now one of her teammates was camped out behind her as she will clear it away. I think that was Lesser Cedillo who was able to clear that ball away. Almost the 4th tally of the game for Eastmont. And the clock ticking, and Eastmont no hurry to come up with that ball, as the official will say, hang on. I think our athletic director for Eastmont, Russ Waterman, thought they had a new ball ready to go already. He threw it towards the goal, and now it'll be a corner kick for Megan Chandler. Eastmont advancing the bodies here, and that goes off of a chest nearly into the goal. But Lundberg is there.
Yeah, dangerous ball in, and just about tallied his 4th.
I think they've been very dangerous from set pieces today with good quality balls in.
And we're going to get a collision over on the far side, and so it'll be a free kick for Moses Lake, I believe.
Yeah, dangerous spot for a free kick.
It has to be a better delivery than last time from this area. a driven ball could be a good option here. Moses Lake, they have to make sure that they are proactive, that they're getting on the end of this, making something happen. They can't just wait and react like what they did from this area last time.
So the official marking off the yardage where the wall can be set up here for Eastmont. Here's the chip shot, and hold on. The official was not ready, apparently, and so they're going to reset this. A couple of times we've had that where it looked like everybody was ready to go, but the whistle comes, and so we'll try it again. That's a pretty good kick over there by Olivia Waits for Moses Lake. Trying to draw it within one again. Here's the kick. Ball's loose, and Fry collided with her own teammate. Ball will go across the end line and will be a corner kick for Moses Lake.
Much better delivery going in there. I think Cora Fry, she got good hands to it, and I think it was a good reaction save there from the second kick.
Yeah, I think she collided with Tess Sparks. Here's a corner kick for Moses Lake. And a touch in front, and a body falling to the ground is Shaylee Miakolo. Meanwhile, the ball still active and alive in the corner. Here's a cross, and a chip, and the goal! Bunch again for Moses Lake, and it will count, and it's a 3-2 contest.
Yeah, failure to get that ball out when you got a shot at putting a foot on it.
Well, we said anything can happen in this game. I think they were a little slow, Eastmont, in getting out, like you said. I think it was on the edge of the box. I think it was a free cross in, and got to say it was a good finish from the right peg there of the Moses Lake player. It's all to play for now, 3-2.
5 goals scored in the contest by 2 players. A hat trick for Chandler for Eastmont, and now 2 goals for Bunch. As we are in the 74th minute, that goal for Bunch coming in the 73rd. As it'll be a throw-in for Moses Lake here. And a substitution for the Chiefs. Out goes Lesser Cedillo, and in comes Negretti. And meanwhile, the ball is out of bounds near sideline. It'll be an Eastmont throw-in.
What's your approach here, Matt? If you coach Hurtado, do you sit back, kind of soak up the pressure, see the game out, or do you go and attack?
Here's Bunch between defenders. Ball is there, and her left-footed kick just goes wide. Oh, my.
Well, first of all, I'm putting 5 defenders on Bunch. And then anytime you see that ball, you're clearing that sucker out of there. No, actually, I'm really trying to inject some energy into my team without freaking them out, and that's a really tough conversation to have. But going to your leaders, first of all, to Cora, making sure no one gets unmarked inside the box.
Yeah.
When you put a foot on the ball in the box, you make sure you drive that ball out of the box. You're not messing around with it anymore, because Moses Lake is determined to get at goal. They have nothing to lose.
Sure.
And then
it was a good effort there, though, wasn't it, from Bunch there? She squirreled away there.
Yeah.
Good close control there. You got pressure coming from all areas. Good close control, and unfortunate not to get that goal there.
And no silly passes. Being smart with the ball, keeping possession, and looking for counter opportunities still. I mean, 1 goal at this late in the game should be all right, but man, this game is kind of on its heels now. It's going all over the place.
Throw in for Eastmont comes in. Megan Chandler will try to keep it alive for the Wildcats in the Moses Lake end of the field, but it will go out. And a throw in for the Chiefs as we see the sands in the hourglass slipping away in this one. 76th minute. Time shortly will be kept on the field by our center official as Eastmont clings to a 3-2 lead.
So quality possession in the middle of the field here, trying to bleed some of this time off,
right,
and then being aware of counter attack opportunities, because Moses Lake's sending people higher. Their back line right now, they're just leaving 2 back right on the midfield, so that or 3 back right now, but that counter opportunity is going to be there.
Yeah, and you feel like they might have one or two more opportunities late here in the game. And it's about just keeping your head. And you touched about it before, the leadership the experience within the team, saying to the rest of the players, hey, let's just keep our heads, let's see this game out, let's stay experienced, and we'll get the win.
Chandler had it for a moment at midfield on the goal kick by Eastmont, but now Moses Lake again with a counter as they center it to Martinez, and it goes in! Oh my!
Wow.
How did that go in from about 25 yards out?
Just lost it in the sun a little bit, it looks like.
Cadence Martinez draws the game even at 3 in the 77th minute.
You've got to say, what a strike there. 30 yards out, clean as a whistle, bottom corner. One of the better strikes you'll see all season. Again, you probably hit a few of those in the past as well, Matt Wise, and that was a great strike there from Moses Lake back in the game. 3-3.
She's been watching my tape. Yeah, Eastmont was doubled down like they should have on Bunch there, not expecting that shot to come out from distance, and they're soaking it up and just making sure the Bunch didn't get lost.
Well, I spoke about it 2 minutes before. Just keep having a bit of experience, do the simple things, but absolutely no pressure on the ball there.
There's a feed ahead. Bunch got in front of everybody, but Cora Fry is there to collect it. As we are almost to the 79th minute of this one here, tied at 3. Well, of course it would come down to the last game. Of course it would come down to a tie. Of course it would come down to the final few seconds of this one and possibly overtime here at Wildcat Stadium.
That's why we love the game. Anything can happen. That's why it's the beautiful game.
It is a free kick for Moses Lake, as the time now being kept by our center official, Jaime Ibarca. Our broadcast brought to you by Jefferson Danielson Son Award Attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946. Online at jdslaw.com. Ball in the Moses Lake end. Can Eastmont wrestle it free? Can the Wildcats counter here? After Moses Lake has come storming back, they trail it 2-0 and have tied it here at 3-3. Brown with a shot that goes high and wide. Time is a ticking. Goal kick. Jasmine Gonzalez will have it here for Moses Lake. One thing you can't be is too aggressive in these final few moments, right? Because you can get overextended.
Yeah, you've got to manage the game now. You've got to manage the game. Try and see, nullify the threat of either team and just managing the game. If you get an opportunity, try and take it. But defensively, you've just got to make sure that you do the simple things, put pressure on the ball, get first to that ball initially, get second to the ball, and make it harder for the opposition.
Again, tied at 3. Eastmont with the throw-in. Chandler had the ball turned away by Martinez. Ball loose at midfield. Eastmont with bodies up in the attack mode here. Wildcats will kick it across the end line. It'll be another goal kick here for Moses Lake. Now, I'm not familiar. Do we go overtime first? We don't go right to a shootout, I don't imagine.
I believe this game will go overtime. I'm trying to refresh my memory whether it's 2 15s or 2 5s.
Golden goal, would it be?
That gets changed up every year.
Overtime.
I don't
10 minutes.
I don't believe it's goal. I'd like it to be golden goal 5-minute overtimes. It just, especially coming into playoffs, it just puts so many more minutes on your legs. That team to get through typically is
Look
gassed.
out. Here's an attack by Bunch. She's got 3 Wildcats around her, directs traffic. Now she'll kick it, and it is deflected, and it goes out. It'll be a corner kick to Moses Lake.
Wow. Looks like they've caught a second wind here, Moses Lake. I mean, that was a great ball from Bunch. She cut inside on her right foot. Got a clean strike away, but it was good defending there from Eastmont. Moses Lake in the ascendancy here. Can they nick one late on here?
Here's the corner, and it will go out off of a Wildcat. So again, another corner kick. The corner kick again, headed by Eastmont. And then centered. It's cleared for a moment by the Wildcats. Not much time left in regulation here. And we got a push by Moses Lake, and it will be a free kick for Eastmont. Wildcats scrambling here as the kick will be ahead. Brown looking for it, trying to get it. And it will be picked up by Moses Lake. And free kick for the Chiefs. I'm going to attempt here to get a hold of Russ Waterman. He's down on the track area. And see if he could tell us about the situation.
Definitely didn't see this at halftime, did we? We thought Eastmont had this game in the bag. 2-0 up. Then in ascendancy here again.
Okay, got it. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, so credit to Moses Lake here for their performance in the second half, making a game of it. The energy, the desire has been impressive in the second half here. Did you find out, Eric?
I did find out. We go 5-minute golden goal, and if nobody scores, another 5-minute golden goal, and then shootout after that. And here we go. The game regulation comes to an end, tied at 3-3. Very impressive comeback for Moses Lake here in this second half, as they get goals from two from Natalie Bunch and the final from Cadence Martinez in the 77th minute after 3 goals by Megan Chandler. And we are heading to a golden goal 5-minute overtime. Our broadcast today brought to you by Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. Find them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. They're also on the web at WeinsteinBeverage.com. We'll take a quick 60-second break, get you ready for the golden goal overtime here against Moses Lake and Eastmont. We're back right after this.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frapita mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frapita.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Back once again here to Wildcat Stadium. 5 minutes on the clock. It is a golden goal overtime here between Eastmont and Moses Lake. Golden goal means whoever scores first, game's over, right?
Whoever scores first, game's over, wins. Yeah, lots on the line here, which some teams come out guns blazing and some teams come out just looking for one goal because they don't want to give one goal up.
I have to be honest, this is a difficult game to manage. I mean, and this is where the coach earns his money, so to speak, because you have to manage this game now. Like you said, Matt, do you sit back? Do you soak up the pressure, play for PKs? Or do you push forward? Do you try and get that first goal, but leave yourself open to the counterattack? It's a very, very interesting next 5 minutes we're going to see here.
Now, I've seen momentum carry in other sports. Can momentum carry in soccer?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Well, and that is the momentum certainly on Moses Lake's side here as they get the tally to send us into overtime in the last 3 minutes of regulation here in this contest here this afternoon. And the Chiefs are on the attack once again as it's Shaylee Mia-Colo who brings the ball towards center. And then Martinez is there. She had the goal moments ago, and it goes off of Cora Fry's hand, basically just barely over the crossbar.
What a save there from Cora Fry. But again, how easy is that to get a shot off? I mean, one little turn and then no pressure on the ball, and it's a great strike there. But defensively from Eastmont, they've got to have a little bit more pressure on that ball if they want to stay in this game.
She was wide open, and nobody within 5 yards of her. Here's the corner kick. And again, golden goal, overtime. First goal in this game is over. Playing for the regular season championship and a chance to host the district championship on Wednesday. Here's a little touch by Negretti, and the ball will go out off the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Eastmont. And Eastmont seems to be a little bit in reaction mode here the last several moments instead of forcing the issue.
Yeah, and a bit of panic stations there. They're not being able to get out their own half. They're not connecting their passes. They're not getting up the field. Yeah, definitely. And now you give credit to Moses Lake there because, like you said at the start, momentum is in their favor. They're putting pressure on Eastmont, and they're struggling to get out their own half here.
Sage Roylance will have the throw in for Moses Lake as it went off of Jaden Brown's foot. Brown will collect it here, though, as Eastmont tries to get a little separation, and the ball picked away by the Chiefs. Chiefs on the run again, and here's Waits on the attack. And a chip ahead. Eastmont out of sorts here, and a turn, and a nice move inside out front. Ball still on the foot of the Chiefs. Finally, a sea of blue converges as, again, a header attempt. The ball still out on the doorstep there, and finally cleared away. Goodness.
Wow.
And now we're going to get a foul called against Eastmont and a card against the Wildcats on a collision out there. And it will be a free kick for Moses Lake. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and you got to say, too easy again there. Defensively, they've got to be able to stand up the player. They've got to keep their bodies in front of the ball. But Moses Lake, yeah, they look like the ones who are chasing this game now and in the ascendancy.
Abuamo comes in for Eastmont after the green card, the card over there, and now the kick on the free kick. The entry headed by Eastmont, ball loose, touches the ground, and still alive for the Chiefs.
Back post is wide open for Moses Lake.
And another attempt right in front by Moses Lake's Ana Rabilia, and it goes high, and it will be a goal kick for Eastmont.
Yeah, they've just got to get that ball clear. I think they've had 2 or 3 opportunities to clear that ball, and then they're hashing it, a little bit of panic, not getting a true connection on the ball. Got to do a better job there defensively, Eastmont.
Cora Fry on the goal kick. Eastmont finally dumps it down into Moses Lake's end. Here's Megan Chandler on the run. Chandler is there, comes up with the ball. The chip, a little bit too high. She certainly has another gear, doesn't she?
Jesus, she turned those burners on.
And she has a way of finding good leverage and pushing that, getting control of that ball, leveraging the defender off.
Yeah.
And putting that ball on her shooting foot.
Yeah, she uses her body really well there. She had to make about 10 yards on the defender. Then she caught that defender up and was first to the ball. She can just turn it to another level.
Feet ahead for Moses Lake is chipped aside by Eastmont. Ball took an awkward bounce, though, in favor of the Chiefs. And this one's going to be, I think, a goal kick or a corner kick. It will.
Just got to stop giving Moses Lake those quality possessions in your defensive third. It's just get that ball out right now. Don't monkey with it. And
here's the goal kick across, header off of Natalie Bunch's noggin, and it will go across the end line. It will be a goal kick for Eastmont. 5-minute golden goal overtime first, and we're about out of time here in this first one. As they wind it down to 1 minute, and there's the whistle. And so we will have a second overtime. If it's me, I don't want to go to a shootout. Right?
I'm with you. I'm with you now.
I hate shootouts. I hate them.
50, anything can happen. And I think.
And that's the shootouts. I mean, basically penalty kicks. It's just a guess, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a guess by the goalkeeper on which way to go.
It's a guess. You got a little bit of confidence behind you with Cora. She's been in plenty of shootouts before, and I have no doubt she's good for 1 or 2 saves out of 5. but it's still a shootout, and it's soccer, so anything's going to happen.
Eastmont, for the situation here, has seemed a little wide-eyed here at the end of the second half and through part of that first overtime. And here is a free kick for Eastmont. So here's a big opportunity. The ball resting at the 35 on the football stripe here.
It's got to be a good delivery here from Eastmont.
And the kick. And it is right towards the end, loose, and oh goodness, right on the doorstep. Oh goodness. Cleared by Moses Lake.
Well, we said about having a good delivery. It just dropped right in front of the goalkeeper. She spilled it. I mean, it was a good follow-up there and then hit straight back.
Megan Chandler working on it.
Should have been a goal.
Gave it up to Fisher. Riley. Footwork centered by or corralled by two defenders there. And we're going to get a push on Eastmont as Kendall Flanagan put the hand out and knocked the Moses Lake Chief down. Fun one here today. Tied up at 3, second overtime. Appreciate you joining us on the NCW Life Channel. Ball in Eastmont's end. And they get it, but right to Martinez. The ball centered again, and we've seen some awkward strikes at the ball here for Eastmont. It's not controlling it, just flailing at it.
It's a game of ping pong right now.
It is.
Back and forth. Could go either way.
Negretti, ball comes up on the foot of Waits. Now it's Rebelia between defenders. And we're going to get a whistle here by our center official saying it is a little bit too aggressive on the Moses Lake side, so a free kick for Eastmont. As
they just got to get that ball forward as quickly as they can now. No messing around. Get it forward, put the pressure on.
Jaden Brown's got two defenders around her, and they're going to call that on Moses Lake. She could have been called for a push there too, I thought.
Yeah, it's a little inconsistent today with those calls. Some of the calls have kind of been, in my opinion, no fouls at all. Just aggressive play by both players.
And what it does, it disrupts the rhythm of the game. You know, constant stoppages in the game disrupts either side getting into a good rhythm.
Jolie Green comes in as a substitution here for Moses Lake. The free kick for Eastmont skips past the ladies in blue as we're 2 minutes left here of the second overtime. A nice feed ahead there. Let's see what Eastmont can do with this one. The cross, a little bit too high, comes down, chipped at, loose, left foot. No, just wide right off the foot of Kendall Flanagan.
I mean, originally it was a great ball in from the left-hand side for Abiyamo, bouncing in the box, and came to Flanagan. Unlucky there near post. It was a clean strike there from Kendall Flanagan.
Jolie Green will do the goal kick for Moses Lake. Brown with it. And Moses Lake falling down. No whistle. Here's the left foot. It's gone! And the game comes to an end on the left-footed goal. Scored by Jaden Brown.
And we said it, didn't we? Said this game doesn't want to go into PKs, and what a way to finish it there. Jaden Brown cuts in on the left-hand side, and man, that goal is just absolute pure quality with her left foot. Goalkeeper, no chance there. Great finish to this game.
What a game here today as it comes down in 2 overtimes as the Eastmont Wildcats win it by a final of 4-3. We will take a break, head down and collect our breath and collect a couple of players, as well as Coach Hurtado, as the Wildcats win the league championship and will host the district championship on Wednesday. Back with more in the postgame coming up on the NCW Live Channel.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
My awesome is being able to share my passion for yoga. I found yoga in my mid-40s to help me kind of de-stress and calm down, and it actually changed my life. Washington Trust believed in me. I felt like, okay, they got my back. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go for it. It actually makes you feel like more brave. I do have a lot of awesome in my life.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
To the post-game show here on the NCW Life Channel. We've got some very happy ladies, I imagine, here with us as the Eastmont Wildcats win in 2 overtimes on a golden goal by Caden Brown. And I'll tell you what, or Jaden Brown, I should say. We've got the captains here. We wanted to get everybody. Coach Hurtado says, hey, we got to get the captains in here. So we've got Maria Mendoza right next to me here. Of course, we've got Jaden Brown here as well. We have Kiana Carson. Also with us is Tess Sparks and Megan Chandler, and of course, Coach Hurtado. First of all, ladies, congratulations on the win. You guys win the regular season Big 9 championship. How's that make you feel?
Great. I can't believe it. I'm just so, there's no words. I'm just so happy. We worked so hard.
How nervous were you guys, the way things were kind of shaking out there? Jaden, talk about I mean, Moses Lake didn't give up, that's for sure.
It was super nerve-wracking to think that to go into PK, because earlier in the season we went to PKs with them too, and it was just a nail biter, and so I'm glad we pulled it out and kept together as a team.
We were just talking as it went into that second overtime in our broadcast that we don't want to go to penalty kicks. We don't want to go to that shootout because you never know what happens there. But talk about the resiliency for you guys. Was there any panic for you guys at all?
I can tell there definitely was panic. I mean,
I love the honesty. That's great.
I mean, personally for me there was, but overall I'm extremely proud of us. We did amazing as a team and as a program. So.
Okay, Matt, I'll let you reach the rest of the way. Let's talk to Coach Hurtado about
Coach,
this one.
As a coach, going into overtime, being up 2-0, seeing that dissolve, and then back and forth going into overtime, there's all kinds of different angles and strategies you can take. It's never easy. What was your philosophy going into overtime on this one?
The number one thing I told them was we got to be defensively strong, because I know if it came down to an overtime, I would feel very good about where we sit with our keeper and our finishers. But ultimately, it didn't matter what I said. It was chaotic. It was stressful. There was the first couple of minutes on our side that it was just a matter of somebody putting their foot on that ball and it was going to go in against us. So it was chaos. But my priority was to be defensively strong first. And as you can see, like I said, it was just the stress. What this win would have meant for us, I think, is what kind of created that second half emotion, high stress, and we really wanted it, and we kind of moved away from our plan. And their number 2 player is a phenomenal player, and she's definitely made us work harder than we needed to. But overall, it was just again believing in what we've been working on. But it was very stressful for sure.
So we also mentioned the camaraderie, the chemistry amongst the players this year seems to be just basically unparalleled with other teams we've seen. This group of girls really seems to get along really well, work for each other, and Megan, how do you feel like that played a role in the outcome of this game?
I definitely feel like that was a big advantage. I don't know. I'm so happy with how far we've came. And I'm so happy that we all, like you said, we all trust each other and we're just like a good group of girls, and I think this was our year.
Tess, I wanted to ask you too, and I'll let you hand the microphone to her. As far as the defense, you guys, I mean, the first half you shut them down. It was 2-0 heading into halftime. You had to feel pretty confident. And anytime the ball came down into your end, it seems like you guys were right there. Did you take a lot of pride factor in that defense and that ability?
Yeah, we're really like a young defense. I mean, we have a senior, but then our center back is a sophomore, and then we have a junior. So it's pretty leveled out. But like having them in the back and then Maria and I in the middle, like it still got stressful whenever a ball came down. But like it was the first time that we've ever won league. So, like, it meant so much for us that, like, we're trying at least. We weren't going to let anything go in there, so.
Well, I got to ask you, Megan, 3 goals. Goodness, you got to feel that, okay, that's got to be enough, right?
Never enough. Never.
Well, ladies, congratulations. That's so exciting for you. First regular season championship, and then you get to host that team across the river for a big match on Wednesday. So I'll let you guys enjoy this. You got family and friends that want to enjoy it as well. But congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. Before they get out of here, we're going to take a break, and we'll take one more commercial break, come back and wrap it up here as Eastmont's able to get the victory 4-3 in 2 overtimes. Of course it would come down to the final game. Of course it would go 2 overtimes. I need a break. We'll come back with more on the NCW Life Channel right after this.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
My awesome is being part of the Nez Perce tribe. We have a tourism company and we highlight the history and culture of the Nez Perce people. I found Washington Trust Bank because they were very involved in the community. They believed in me. They definitely saw the need for this in our region. All the folks at Washington Trust Bank are phenomenal. They've done such a wonderful job helping me along my journey.
What's your awesome? Whatever it is, we'll help you get there.
Comes down to the final game of the regular season on a sun-splashed afternoon here at Wildcat Stadium, and the Eastmont Wildcats knock off the Moses Lake Chiefs in not one but two overtimes it took before Jaden Brown finally collected on a goal with 1 minute and 13 seconds left in that second overtime to give Eastmont the 4-3 win, and as the girls mentioned, their first ever regular season Big Nine championship, and you got to be happy for the ladies.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm coach, I'm just telling them to enjoy every minute of this. Take a full day at least just to realize what happened, relive this game and enjoy it, and then think about getting ready for Wenatchee. I know they want to maybe cut that short, but enjoy this. It only comes around maybe once since the program's happened.
Yeah, exactly. And they will face Wenatchee on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock here at Wildcat Stadium for the District 6 4A Championship and a trip to the state tournament. How about that? And that's going to wrap it up for our broadcast here today. Congratulations to the Wildcats, and kudos to Moses Lake as well. They came back with a fire in the second half and nearly pulled off the win here. They still will be in the postseason. They'll have a playing game on Tuesday night in Moses Lake. For our crew here today, first of all, for Neil Oyston for joining us here in the booth. We appreciate Neil's perspective as always. Also to Josiah Davison and to Jess Nunez. Also back in the studio, Malcolm Whitehall. For Matt Wisen, I'm Eric Grandstrom. Thanks for joining us here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be back with the District Championship Wednesday night, and I think Sebastian's going to be back to have a much better perspective than me on high school soccer. That's going to wrap it up. Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. This concludes today's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.